Hey guys, we are live, and yeah, a lot of stuff dropped this morning. I had a show idea of like, hey, let's look at all the lawyers, let's rank them from 1 to 100 in terms of like score. I had all these, all these ideas, right? Oh, thank you, Laughable Larry, for the one gifted membership. Always appreciate having Laughable Larry here. I'm glad we can share, like spend or make your day a little bit better, a little bit more interesting. Yeah, this is this dropped today. It's kind of interesting. Like I always look at Discord right before we go live, and more often than not. So I look at my Discord before I go to sleep, and then when I wake up, and then like before we go live. So those are the 3 times I primarily are on Discord. And man, this is thank you, Keith. Paradise. Yeah, this is crazy stuff, man. Okay. Number one, we got a judge. So most importantly, we got a judge. So my vision of today's live stream would have been just ranking everybody. But instead of doing that, we have a new judge. Now, the judge is not a district judge, but it is a magistrate judge. It is Judge Cecilia Romono. Now, if you ask me what the most important thing in a case is, it's the judge. Right? Now, again, maybe the jury. How you select your jury. There's something called voir dire, where there's a group of potential jury people, and you're like, no, I think you're racist. No, you are getting car accidents too much. Nope, you're whatever, right? For whatever reason, you can remove jury members. So you do have some level of control over the jury. Now, the judge is just the judge, right? Like outside of the judge having conflicts of interest or behaving very, very strangely, you're kind of stuck with the judge, right? Now, the magistrate judge versus the district judge, actually, there is a big difference. So the magistrate judge, for the most part, does all the heavy lifting. They do all the work. They do all the discovery. They do a lot. Only when one of the parties, either one of the parties can say, you know what, I don't think the magistrate judge is for me. They don't actually have to say, oh, they made that mistake. No, they can just say for any reason, they can say, hey, can we have a district judge? But the magistrate judge and the district judge, they're very tied together. So many times it will be the magistrate judge updating the district judge on what happened. So this is a very important judge. The magistrate judge is incredibly important. And out of all the people that would decide this case, so this is the civil lawsuit. This is the one that everyone knows. The Bricks and Minifigs, Team Bricks and Minifigs, which includes Amen McNeff, Josh Johnston, Brandon Best versus Team Reckless Ben, Brian Menzel, and Victor Nguyen. Hey, Scoops64. So we're going to look. Initially, I thought, hey, A, red hair, red head, and A, mercenary, Ristic Siphon. See, a lot of my mods are here. So we're going to, instead of focusing on, like, all the lawyers involved. Now, there is something interesting happening with one of them. The Mina Esguarbo. This individual right here is, SpaghettiOs, right? So he just graduated law school in 2025. That was last year. So he's maybe 1 year out of law school. Now there is a problem. And what is the problem? Okay, we'll get to the problem right now. So in addition to having a new judge to review, attorney Mina S. Glabiao has appeared under DU Civil Rules 83 1.3 on behalf of the plaintiffs BAM Franchising, Breaker Bricks LLC, Brandon Best, Joshua Johnston, Amen McNeff, Matthew McNeff too, but is not currently admitted to practice in court as required. Holy moly, guys. That's why his name wasn't in the, they tried to remove him. So originally there was 3 lawyers. And I said, oh, that's kind of weird. They removed, like, their junior lawyer, right? Well, it turned out he's not even allowed to practice in the court. This guy here, he just graduated law school a year ago. So remember, you had 3 lawyers, right, representing Bricks and Minifigs. Then we went down to 2, but I was like, oh, maybe my assumption was, oh, they're going to save some money and right? That like, hey, maybe they're just going to settle but surprisingly, the guy couldn't even practice law in the court. That's why they removed him. Right? So like every single time, I look at something, it's like, it just blows my mind, right? Like, how did they not know this? This dude here, associate, like at no point in time did they check, hey, can you actually practice law in this court? The answer is no. Yeah, Rose has some good things about William Nash. Current admission status is not omitted. What is going on here? Like, come on, man. Like, how would you not know this? How would anyone not catch this until like after you put the guy's name on it, after we reviewed the dude? No one caught this. No one was like, wait, hold on. Please review the attorney's admission instructions or attorney registration instructions to address the issue. So I think he passed the bar exam. He just didn't register himself. After the court's attorney directory reflects a status of active, again, so he's not currently active, he's inactive, pro hoc vice or federal, the attorney may practice before this court and will need to file an appearance to appear to be added to this case. So this dude right here is actually not allowed to practice. Yeah, Goosey says a law grad who can't practice versus a lawyer who never went to law school. Leia, yeah. So, I mean, that's crazy. Like, it just, like, every time we learn something new, it just kind of blows my mind, right? It's like, you telling me nobody in Denton's, like, figured this out until, like, now it's all public. It's very, very shameful, guys. The thing is incredibly shameful. Obviously, this came down today. So, the court had to figure this out on their own. I can tell you this. They're not happy about this. This is not something you want your name to ever be attached to, because whenever they Google it, it's like, oh, hey, can my lawyer actually practice in the law? It's procedural, but he didn't do the procedure, which everyone has to do. Like, we can have BBQ talk more about it if you don't believe me. He'll just say what I said. He'll say exactly what I just told you. Okay, so here's the new judge. The new judge we're going to review. We have multiple things to review. On the new judge, we have the Denton. So I was going to do like a tier review, and like, but then like we didn't have a new judge, right? Oh yeah, you just turn in your papers. So I don't know if they do it online nowadays. I've only done it once. But it's like really easy. You just like turn over your papers, you put your ID, you just fill out some forms. It's form submission, basically. So this is Judge Cecilia M. Ramon. So I'm almost certain that he is barred. Laughable Larry, thank you for the $5. Maybe what you said yesterday is true. They're all bark and no bite. Yeah, maybe, right? They don't seem like as competent as I thought they would be. No, again, not to, like, disagree with, like, Legal Eagle. I think Legal Eagle makes them look like idiots, like retired people who are, like, that's not what this case is. The main lawyer has been actively working on lawyer cases specifically for Bricks and Minifigs this entire time. So, but this is a mistake that you never see. So, like, people are saying, oh, it's so easy, just register, you never see this mistake. I would be very surprised if you can find me another case where they say one of the lawyers is not currently admitted to practice in court. I would love to look at it, because I can tell you, having reviewed so many cases, all the Ethan Klein cases, Logan Paul, Ms. Kiff, Billy Mitchell, Carl Jobs and Billy Mitchell, like, we've never seen anything like this before. So like I said, okay, cool. Yes, it's not a Rose, we'll get to that. Like I have to do the judge stuff first, right? Oh yes, shout out to Alex. Alex is actually visiting, so he was able to drop off some stickers for us. So this is our stickers that you can buy and you can support the channel. This is Alex's stickers here. So he also included some of his stickers as well. So I think that's pretty cool. Yeah. So Alex has a company, they make stickers, and you can order stickers to support your favorite YouTubers, including me, obviously. Okay, small ad aside. This is, I don't know, does it count like, I guess that does count as a sponsorship. Yeah, they look really cool. Oh, okay, small side. Maybe I'll save this for like another live stream. Oh, yeah, thank you, D+ students, for the member for 4 months. W Alex and W stickers. Yeah, so Alex is visiting right now in Houston. We met up last night. We're gonna have I'm gonna treat him to Texas Roadhouse tonight with my wife. We're gonna put our kid in in grandparents' place or a nanny in our home. I don't know which one we're gonna do right now. Depends on the nanny, right? If she responds back. But yeah, we're all grabbing dinner later tonight, so it should be fun conversations, right? Okay, but anyway, thank you, Rose. I understand Rose is very adamant about the new updates. I'll put it here. Rose is the creator of Band Maps. He wants us to talk about this. Yeah, actually, Alex has never been to Texas Roadhouse. I know it's a chain, but it's a pretty good experience. So I want to, even though I know Texas Roadhouse isn't only in Texas, guys, I know that it's a franchise. I understand, but it's pretty good, right? And Alex has never been there, so. Did her get a per diem for the road trip? They went to visit me, so they are in NASA right now on a I mean, maybe like I'll let Alex explain it because I don't know how much I should explain it. But they visited me for another reason. But I don't feel like I should talk about it unless Alex wants me to talk about it, right? Yeah, thank you, Rose. We'll get to that later. It's really interesting. Okay, so anyway, let's continue on. I'll tell you more about it tomorrow, right? Because we did hang out for a little bit last night. I think there are like pictures on Alex's Instagram. I saw pictures on the Instagram. Oh, okay. Don't dox. Oh, okay. Okay. I didn't know his Instagram had. I thought it was just Alex effect. Okay. No. Yes. Okay. So we'll move on. Yeah. I'll let Alex talk about whatever he wants to talk about. I'm good with everything, right? I'm pretty open book, but yeah. So we'll keep away from that. But yeah, there are some pictures on our Discord channel and so on. So so if you want to join Discord. Papa Do's is really good. I do like Papa Do's and Papacitos. We have one in where I live. I just think the Texas Roadhouse is more iconic, right? Yeah, they support vets. I think it's just more iconic, right? So like, I don't know. I think it's just like if he's never been to Texas Roadhouse or Papa Do's, I think you would take him to Texas Roadhouse first and then maybe Papa Do's in the next trip or something like that. But Papa Do's is very good too. More of a seafood type of place, right? Like, I go to Papa Do's Seafood. But, like, if you're in Texas, it's kind of more steak, right? Okay, let's continue on. So we're going to review this judge today. We have a lot of information to review because the most important part is the judge. Taste of Texas. We can make a whole channel with BBQ like, BBQ counselor. We can do, like, a whole, like, little, like, like members only thing, and we just talk about barbecue we've had. we could do that if it's interesting. But today we gotta refocus. I don't have a doc, so I'm just like, this is like dropped like. I was looking at this 10 minutes before the live stream because I was like, oh, I wonder like, yeah, the Fertitas, yes, the Fertitas own Landry's. We don't live near. Is the mic volume low? I think Alex did something to make the mic better. I think this is like, he made it maybe a little lower, but I think the mic is fine. No? Okay, so the volume is, so the guy was just trolling. Okay, let me put it back. I forget what dB these. What's the dB? Oh, sorry guys. Is this good? Okay, so many effing trolls, right? Okay, so now we're good. Okay, so, yeah, that's one of the things. So like, oh, laughable Larry. Question for you. Thank you for the 5. If you were Ben and they offer a settlement, what would you feel comfortable settling? Okay, so number one, I want all lawsuits dropped, right? And I want you to work with the police to drop the so if Josh and Brandon and Amin and they all say, hey man, we don't want to pursue our cases, it'll be very difficult for the criminal cases to proceed, right? He's got 2 criminal cases. One of them is actually at trespass at the BAM office. It's almost like if the guy who's claiming trespass is not going to be a witness to trespass, it's like that case is over. So one of them will absolutely. So if Amin McNeff helps Ben get rid of his criminal, so number one, you got to help me get rid of all my criminal cases. Number 2, no more going after Brian Menzel, me, Sheldon, Tyler, any of these other individuals, like, in perpetuity. This is it. There is no more, right? I think that would probably be a good start. Now, whether or not they give the money. So, like, one thing about Daniel McNeff and his 2 sons, they really don't want to give money back. It's like penny pinching. Like, how can I explain the situation? I've had customers in before where, like, okay, let's say, like, I'm building you a website, and the website I quote to you is like $1,500. I go beyond what I proposed. I'm spending more time. You're more, and then like you're like, oh well, I have this 10% off coupon after everything's done, and it's done to like specs, like it's done like beyond what you were expecting. This is like Daniel McNeff, right? I don't know if you can get money from this guy. You've seen the divorce. You've seen various, lawsuits, including his son suing him, and then him suing his sons for, for instance, like, let me give you a clear example of, like, what this family is and, like, how they interact with each other. I really don't know. I think if you drop the 2 criminal, you drop the civil, you give back some amount of Legos. Like, I don't think you can get a drop of, I don't think you can get money from them, right? Because I remember Daniel McNeff, when he was sued by the 2 sons, he settled for $1.7 million or $18,000 a month. So you would think he would just start paying that. But no, he was like, oh, back taxes, guys. But isn't, like, your company responsible for the back taxes? If your company is not paying the back taxes and then the person leaves, isn't that your... So it's a... Yeah, there's a divorce. Amin McNeff and Matt McNeff's dad got divorced. So there was Evelyn or Elf, right? And then there was Daniel or Bear, right? So like I said, I think settlement, I think settlement is like, I don't know. I mean, I would start with drop the 2 criminal, or help me get rid of the 2 criminal, because they're very dangerous things. And then help me, and then obviously drop the civil, and then no longer pursue civil. I think that would be a start, and then like however much money they can get, right? That's up to their attorneys to negotiate if there is a settlement. That's where I would start. I would absolutely have to drop the 2 criminal, or they would help me drop the 2 criminal. So anyway, so we're going to take a look at this judge today. Notice of availability of judicial settlement conference for the benefit of the public and the bar, the district, Utah. This is all like today. This is like today, like June 29th today. Alternative for dispute. So it looks like they're going to, and again, this is not unique. Again, like, People say, oh, this is just a lawyer talking about shit. No, this is what happens every time, is that judges are going to want you to do alternative dispute resolution and all this stuff. The court offers this alternative because, remember, 95% of cases do not go to, 95% of civil cases do not go to trial. 95% of civil cases do not go to trial, meaning that 95% of them settle, resolve, or just like it just kind of dissolves, if you will, because no one responds. The court offers this alternative because when compared with litigation, it resolves the dispute faster, at less expense, and with solutions that are better able to meet parties' need and interest. Absolutely correct. There's no shame in settlement, guys. I've said this a million times. I'll say it a million times again. There's no shame in settlement. Settlement is going to save you a lot of legal fees. A lot of legal fees, right? Parties may file a stipulated motion for judicial settlement conference. A form is available, blah, blah, blah. And then this has been emailed to everyone here, including Ben and... I think they left out Brian Menzel here, too. He is part of this lawsuit. So anyway, my default volume is 30. But, dude, everyone else says it's okay. You're the only one, so... If 550 people say it's okay, and you're the only one who says it's not okay, perhaps your computer is broken. Yeah? Dude. This is a kind of news. Okay, so we'll go back here. This is the judge. Okay, let's take a look at the judge. He looks pretty happy. Okay, let's submit photo. Okay, so she has one photo. She's a magistrate judge. She's been in the system. This is a federal judge for 7 years. That's a long time. She went from 2019 to, and it looks like her term ends this year, right? It looks like this term ends this year, right? Yeah, so 33, so again, very shocking news. Like I said, can you, everyone's saying, oh, this is super common. Yeah, there's a delay. Okay, so everyone's watching on different devices. Yeah, just turn up the volume a little bit more. Is it really that difficult, guys? Or, I mean, just turn up the volume a little bit more. No? Okay. Anyway, yes. I would actually ask you guys, the people who are in my comment section, saying, "Oh, this is super common." He's like, "Okay, find me another one of this," because in court listener, I cannot guarantee. I can pretty much guarantee you, there's not many of them. We've covered dozens of cases now, and I have never seen anything like this before, where one of the judge has to register. Right? It's weird. All right, let's go back to the judge. She graduated Utah College of Law in 2022. So she became a judge in 2019. So she actually had practiced law for 7 years. She was a note and comment editor for University of Utah Law Review. That's very cool. She was a partner. Oh, good. She was a partner at the Salt Lake City office of Holland and Hart. So this is the law firm she worked at. And she became a partner in 7 years. That's very impressive. Wow, that's pretty, I mean, yeah, it's pretty good. So she graduated in 2002. Oh, sorry, she was practicing for she practiced for 17 years. So she was practicing for 17 years. Then in 2019, she became a magistrate judge. And magistrate judges have terms, and her term ends. So she's 7 years in. And so let's take a look at Holland and see what that looks like. Web archive. Oh, here's something kind of cool. So that's her. Same picture. Overview is a seasoned employment and commercial litigation representing and defending companies in litigation matters in federal, state, and on harassment. Let's see, practices. Oh, so this is what she's good at. Or this is what she was practicing at, right? Oh, it is quiet. So, yeah, Sarah says it is quiet. Let me... Okay, so I don't know how much changing I can do. It is quiet, but audio quality is good. Okay, we can make it a little louder, guys. Just change your volume, right? Change your volume. Okay, so it's a little louder. I don't think I should hit the red. I think hitting the red's not good. Hello. Okay, so good. Okay, that's it. Yeah, we'll worry about it later. Let's just keep going. Yeah, but it is interesting. Oh, yeah. No. All right, let's not worry. Yes, we have a lot to do. Rose says, she's a magistrate. Oh, wow. Okay, Rose found some interesting information. Rose says she is a magistrate on Brown versus American Fork before District Judge Barlow. Whoa. That is crazy. One of the AFPD cases. And that is... Oh, wow. You didn't have to do that, WN. I was going to treat him anyway, but whoa. That is a $50 dono. It comes out in a different color. I thought it came out in red, right? I thought it came out in red, but holy moly, it's pink now. Yeah, I thought it was red. Am I going crazy? I thought the $50 one was red. Did Alex like change like the things in the background? Yeah, shout out to Rose. Rose is the the individual in charge and making this website, right? Yeah, buy Alex steak, Tony, or Alex. No, okay, so Alex, I've heard from Alex's girlfriend that he doesn't actually like steak. He likes, like, ribs. Oh, wow, okay, that is crazy. Laughable Larry, thank you so much. I'll let Alex know for sure. Side of dessert for Alex, too. We can get the dessert now, for sure. We can get the, whatever the dessert is. Wow, but... Yeah, you guys don't have to donate that much. I mean, it's a lot of money, guys. Yeah, so, we're never going to ask you, like... We're going to ask you for, like, $1 or $2.5, something like that. That helps the algorithm. But, yeah, that's a lot of money, guys, and I really appreciate that. Red is constant. I don't think I've seen red before then. Okay, so pink is... Okay, I don't know. But $50, $15... $5, it's all very, very, very generous. Just incredibly generous. And it does help the algorithm. Trust me when I say this. This is one thing that, like, I didn't want to do. I didn't want to ask for donations in the very beginning. You can see, like, my early streams, we never did it. And, like, our numbers were not good. Our numbers are, like, sub 100. Because I think when you donate, then, like, YouTube takes a cut. I think YouTube takes, I've been told, 30% of the cut. So then YouTube's like, oh man, we gotta really promote. Oh, thank you, Ristic Siphon. Yes, for the free peanuts. Thank you, guys. Yeah, I mean, it really does help. I mean, we're at what, 559 now, and I don't think we could reach that without like some level of donations. Because I think the algorithm actually cares. So if you don't get like donations for like 3 hours, it just kind of cuts you off from the from whatever the again, who knows what the algorithm is doing at any given time. It can change whatever, right? But yeah, very generous, guys. Really generous. But yeah, this is kind of crazy. Yeah, I think I've been told it's 30% is what they take from this. But I'm more than happy. Because that means my channel is getting bigger. We're almost at 50,000, guys. But yeah, so does Bam have an update? Yeah, but Rose is saying that this is the same lawyer who did one of the police cases. Oh no, she's not Miss Paraguay. No, that can't be right. Right. Anyway, we're going to investigate her some more, of course. But this is her practice, labor, employment. That's very good. Employment litigation class action. This is her news. These are cases she's been on, which are really cool. Again, we're not going to look at everything, but this is her speaking engagement. I think this is really... So when you're on a speaking engagement, this is really... Yeah, so just turn up your volume, guys. Just turn up your volume, please. Like, I think something happened to the gain, but I don't know. I mean, I don't really know what happens. But we'll just turn up your volume, guys. Oh, she was a judge on the case, not a lawyer. Got it. So she was the judge on one of the American Fork Police Department cases, right? Okay, so here are the speaking engagements, and I've done speaking engagements, and you have to really be an expert to do a speaking engagement. So like I've done legal speaking engagements similar to her, and the level of expert. So they only really want experts speaking on the topic. It's not like somebody who's just like briefly interested. No, this is somebody who spent a lot of time researching. This is someone who is doing it in and out, right? Guys, let's not talk about the mic anymore. Like, some people like it, some people don't like it. I don't know. You know, just turn up your volume, guys. Like, you know, I'm normally I'm pretty loud right now. I'm not coughing as much. You know, I'm healthy. So let's just kind of focus and move on, guys, because like we have a lot of shit to cover. Like, you can see, like, we have all these things that we didn't even cover in the beginning that I want to cover. If we keep talking about the mic and the volume, we won't get to anything fun, right? So if you can turn up the volume, please just turn up the volume, guys. Like, is it really that hard to ask? Okay. Anyway, anyways, what I was saying is I used to speak at these conferences too. And it's not like you're like a novice individual. It's like somebody who is someone who is a expert in this, I would say. So like you wouldn't speak on a topic that you didn't feel very comfortable about speaking, because A, it could be recorded, right? B, you're speaking to other lawyers. So that's the key, right? So, you know, my chat is always telling me that, like, most of you are not lawyers, right? There are a few of you that may be lawyers, like, in reality, but so, like, imagine speaking to a bunch of lawyers about, you know, Me Too. Well, those lawyers would all know, you know, have an understanding probably of criminal. And in fact, the people who would actually attend this specific speaking engagement are probably way more expert, way more experienced in the topic than a normal lawyer. So even beyond this, so it's like when I talk to chat, right? When I talk to chat, sometimes you'll nitpick me, but that's not as bad as being nitpicked on by a lawyer. And lawyers, all they do is nitpick, because that's what lawyers are paid to do. So imagine speaking on a topic that you have no idea what, you're not an expert on the topic, and you're in a room full of lawyers. The majority of those lawyers are actually experts on the topic. So you gotta have I's dotted, T's crossed, because if you say something that's not 100% accurate, you will get chewed out by some. So after you're done your speech, then you have Q&A. And trust me when I say this, even if I like unintentionally say something that's wrong, and I catch myself later, I was like, oh, no, that's wrong. Okay, then all the questions will be about what you got, because they're lawyers. They are lawyers, guys, right? No, I'm not qualified to speak at a Pokemon conference, but I am qualified to speak about IP, patents, and so, like, specifically about, like, Chinese PCTs. Like, if you're a patent guy, you know what I'm talking about, but if you don't, it doesn't matter. You will have at least one or two lawyers in any speaking engagement who's going to nitpick you on every word that you said. So what I'm saying is, this is a expert, right? This is an expert. This is what she's talking about. Understanding, preventing blank harassment and discrimination in a hashtag me world. Lessons learned from Wade's and our litigation. Drugs, alcohol, and the workplace. Essential tips for employers. effective and enforceable severance and release agreements, keeping up with EEOC, and this is what matters to her, right? This is what matters to, yeah, they are way more brutal than YouTube. Okay, guys, I'm not going to lie to you. I spoke at an engagement, and I didn't quite understand what I was talking about. And it was the worst experience of my life. So you think chat is bad? Like, okay, no matter how bad chat is, okay? No matter how bad chat is, it's not worse than a room full of lawyers, many of them who believe that they should be the ones speaking, not you. Right? Could you imagine speaking in a room of lawyers and each lawyer thinks, I'm the expert. No, I should be speaking. No, I should be speaking. Oh, he's told. And they're listening and they're listening and they're like, Like, I even had a dude, right? Oh, thank you, Vape Nerding. Nice to see you here. I even had a dude, like, have a notebook. I was like, oh, wow, he must be, like, super, like, interested in what I have to say today. That's awesome. I've never seen a guy with, like, a notebook, like, taking so many notes, right? And then during the Q&A, he was like, he just roasted me. I'm not gonna lie, man. Like, I don't really tend to do much speaking engagements anymore since that time. But then, yeah, and then there's like, and then he's like, well, you said, quote, da 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 da, and quote. I was like, did I? Yes, you did. See, it's in my notebook. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, I was wrong. Oh, man. Jeez. Like, speaking in front of lawyers sucks. And this is all this is. Let me tell you this. This is, yeah, exactly. A Christmas dinner with lawyers. Yeah, it's basically what it is. You're trapped in a room. Everyone thinks that they're a beggar. I mean, half the people think that they're actually, like, more experts in that area of the law than you. And the other half are beginners who have no idea what they're doing, right? So they're just show some interest. And there's only two types of lawyers who would ever come to this type of conference. Okay, 5 things every Utah attorney should know about employment law, and then legal clinic. So, yeah, again, really cool stuff. Education, admissions. She has a arts and science. She was a scholar. Oh, wow, she's a Native American. That's rare. That's awesome. Wow, she was president of the Native American Law Student Association. Wait, how many Native Americans live in Utah? Is it like a lot? Can somebody do a check? Like, how many Native Americans? This is cool. Like, that's why we're looking at the judge now. Like, I had this whole chart lined up, right? I had this whole chart where we're going to give people points and lawyer, but like, wow, I'm so glad we did this. Shout out to the Colin. I mean, we shifted the topic completely. I had to make a, so it is home. Okay, thank you, Goosey. It is home to, okay, there are Native Americans. And so, like, in Texas, there's not many Native Americans. And there's not that many. Okay, 114, 80,000 or so. Okay, so it's more than, like, so I'm wondering, like, how many, like, Native Americans possibly be in the law school, right? Unknown, right? Like, I don't know. Like, but yeah, that's cool. So she is Native American, unless, like, she's not, and then she just wanted to be president of the Native American law. I would assume she's Native American, guys. It would be crazy not to. Okay, these are her accomplishments, which are very numerous. Hispanic National Bar. BAM map update. Okay, thank you. So we'll take a look at the BAM map. We go to all updates. Okay. So I think this is the one. Okay, let's take a look. Oh, wow. Through the power of AI, Rose, if you actually, like, talk to him, he's, like, insanely smart. Like, insanely smart, right? Oh, I refreshed it. No, I'm pretty sure we refreshed. Yeah, right. I'm pretty sure this is what we're talking about. When the franchisee racketeering suit against YouTuber Ben Snyder was removed from the district court of the District of Utah, it drew a magistrate judge, became docket number, because she now sits on the case, the public record on her. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like, if you want to know, like, I would say, now that I think about it, I think jury selection is actually more important for a jury trial. But the judge is really important. The judge basically can allow evidence in and not allow evidence in. So you might have a fantastic case, but then she's like, oh, well, we're not going to admit that evidence. And you're like, whoa, but my whole case depends on it. And she's like, well, no, that's prejudicial. And then your case is end. The short version is she is a respected jurist on the conflict access. She is clean. Okay, so they did a... Rose did a check on the conflict. She was the exclusive Utah... Okay, so let's learn a little bit more. Defending companies against discrimination. Wage an hour, non-compete, contract, non-compete. Huh. I think this could really expose Bricks and Minifigs. I think their franchisee contract... Like, I had, like, an idea of, like, how today would go. It's like, oh, we'll just go over every lawyer, give them a ranking... And then we'll go over to Sheldon's video to take like a break. Sheldon made a video with Last Relic. Shout out to Sheldon. Our video's going, so like, I made a Pokemon video. I was like, hey guys, do you think a Pokemon video would be popular? Everyone told me, no, Tony, don't do it. We're not going to watch your Pokemon video. And I was like, no, guys, I have to do it. I'm buying Pokemon cards. I'm doing all this crazy cool stuff of Pokemon. Surely my subscribers would enjoy my take on Pokemon, right? But yeah, shout out to Sheldon. He's down here. And we have this video. This video is actually done a lot better than... I don't know why it says 8K. But on my dashboard, it's like better. Okay, so whatever. 8K is really good. Even if it's 8K, it's really good. So we're going to cover some Sheldon, his interview. We would... tomorrow... I have not confirmed this, but tomorrow we may have Billy come on. So Billy emailed me today. Oh, Laughable Larry. I'm just glad she seems more impartial and much more. Yes, she is much. This is like way better. So like, what did we have before? We had Tony Graff. Dude, that is like the worst judge, man. Right, that is the worst judge, right? I mean, holy moly. We had Tony Graff. This is a way... If you are a Reckless Ben fan, and this is a major upgrade. Not just like a tiny upgrade. This is a major upgrade. In terms of like... I think C is going to be way more fair. And like, Tony Graff, I mean, the first thing he did was put a TRO. He signed that TRO in a day. I've never seen that. The complaint was 95 pages, and there was a lot of attachment. You're talking probably about 100 plus pages of, maybe 200 pages of like stuff that he has to review, including YouTube videos, including, Reckless Ben videos, like all of that, right? Podcasts, all this stuff. And in less than probably less than a day, right? If he starts work on the next day, he was able to file a very broad TRO. That I don't think is constitutional. And many people would agree with me that this is unconstitutional, what he did. But because it took Ben so long to get a lawyer, like, it was kind of a moot point, because by the time Ben got a lawyer and was able to apply for a modification, he was like, well, that's overly broad. Like, wait. So, like, how... Wait, what? So the modification, you cannot sign off on the modification, right? You cannot sign off on the modification, but you sign the TRO for being broad. Like, it's like crazy, right? So anyway, Tony Graff, bad judge. So happy we removed him, and we have a legitimate judge now. Judge. Oh, cool. Oh, wow, this is cool. Oh, this is amazing, guys. This is great information. She is the first Native American to serve as a magistrate in Utah. Her mother is a registered member of the Saginaw Chippewa. Now, I feel bad. I don't feel bad mispronouncing people's names, but I feel bad about that if I mispronounce it. So I tried my best. Indian tribe. In January, yeah, so that's awesome. She is the first Native American to serve as a magistrate in Utah. So there's not that many Native American attorneys to begin with. And in Utah, we are in 2019? And there has never been a Native American magistrate judge in Utah? I like it. I mean, I think, I like it. I think it's good. Romono has handled American Fork Police Department before. She wrote the report and recommendation in Brown versus... Oh, cool. Let's take a look at this. Okay, so she wrote the report and recommendation. That's a magistrate judge. Plaintiff, Robert Lewis Brown. Defendant, American Fork Police Department. And Philip Vadaz. This was August 30th. Can we click on any buttons? No, we cannot click on any buttons. So it got assigned to her. There was a complaint against the police. Got assigned. And then it looks like it got reassigned, if I'm reading this correctly. Okay. A civil rights suit that was dismissed is now on appeal at the 10th Circuit, and she was referred who's versus another American Fork. Oh, cool. We can't. It's sealed. Everything is sealed. Those American Fork Police Departments, right? Sealing everything. Let's see what the end result was. The end result was... Okay, that's 2000... Okay, so the end result is down here. Order adopting. So they actually adopted what she said. So they agreed with her. Let's take a look. Oh, this is her report and recommendation. Okay, so this is the judge. On May 22nd, 2024, pro se plaintiffs Nicholas Stephen Hoos and Kaylee Jones filed their complaint against defendants. On May 28th, the court requested the plaintiff's request to leave to proceed in forma pauperis, pursuant to that's all legal jargon. The court warned plaintiff that failure to comply with the directives in this order may result in dismissal of the case. On December 13th, plaintiff requested an extension of time to file their amended complaint, which the court granted an extended deadline. To date, no amended complaint has been filed, and the deadline for doing so has passed. Did the police threaten them, the plaintiffs? Because plaintiffs have failed to comply with court's order or take any other action in this matter, the court recommends dismissal. So it looks like it looks like it was some type of police brutality, and then the plaintiffs didn't want to continue on with it. And then it got dismissed. So she is involved in at least two of these things where two citizens are suing. Oh, we could spend some money on Pacer. Yeah, I'm trying to get us a company credit card. So, there's a lot of stuff that, it's not for this video. It may be for, a members-only video or something like that. Again, it's kind of a more private thing, what we're trying to do. We're trying to make a law firm that represents people on YouTube who have been falsely copyright striked. And then we're trying to help them navigate their copyright strikes. I feel like this is something I'm meant to do. And we're going to have a real law firm. We have to get off the ground. There's a lot of stuff. And one of the things I have to do is get us a credit card, a company credit card. I also have to find some real estate. So if you guys know a place and near where I live, that would be great. Because real estate is tough, man. Real estate is tough. I was at a Pokemon card convention Sunday. Saturday, I was looking for real estate. I was just me and my daughter. Wife was sick. And we were looking at real estate together. And it's really hard with a little kid to look at real estate because he just wants to a lot of these places are not kid friendly. But yeah, we're trying to look for an office. And then once we get the office, we can get a credit card. Once we get the credit card, we can get the employee credit card and then so on. And yeah, we'll be able to do a lot more if we have an actual law firm. I'll just play it that way. And I think Yeah, that's probably what I want to do. And then on weekends, not that anyone cares, right? Because God forbid I talk about Pokemon some more. On weekends, it will be a law firm Monday and Friday, and then on Saturday and then Friday night and Saturday it'll sell Pokemon. It'll sell Pokemon. Oh yeah, Rose says I heard Legally Mind's a good company. Yes, maybe they know a bunch of dentists who have like bankrupt, something like that, but bankrupt. All right, now we'll continue on. So she does have some experience, right? Again, yes, she's assigned her cases. She does not pick them, what they found. Because she now presides, we ran Romono and her former law firm. Oh, wow, so they're doing conflicts of interest. So shout out to bammap.com. They were doing conflict of interest. So what they did was they ran her and her law firm against Daniel McNeff, Legally Mind, MR. This is Legally Mind again. So whenever you see like MLM, it's Legally Mind something. Servants and Central Wealth, Bricks and Minifigs, Brand Franchising, Amin and Matthew McNeff. Fortune Law, I think Josh Johnson is like the owner of Fortune Law, right? Even though he's not a lawyer. Denton's, the Squallow and the Mitten Assess Protection World, and the American Force City and Police. Nothing connects her or Holland. So yeah. So not only is she clean, but the law firm that she used to work at is also clean of any conflict of interest. On the record, we can search, she is clean. For completeness, there's only over, and obviously for the plaintiffs aren't even in Utah. So we don't even have to like conflict check them unless we want to be extra safe. But yeah, Reckless Ben, we know, doesn't have a lawyer previous to now. So it's not like he hired their law firm or anything like that. For completeness, the only overlap that exists in each appearance and context only, not a finding. A plaintiff's counsel of record in the case before her includes, this is the big baddie of Denton's, the same lawyer in our one lawyer update. A firm appearing before a judge is ordinary. We know it only because we name every connection. So yes, so this is a uncontrolled connection that neither she or and it's very common. So, like, it makes sense. There's nothing to worry about here. She has repeatedly drawn the American Fork civil rights cases described above. That is the coincidence of the assignment wheel, not a choice. And these suits failed. So, both of them failed. Wow. So, two citizens sued the American Fork Police Department, and both of them didn't work. You hate to see it. Her husband, Romono, a former Utah State Senator and Salt Lake County Council member who practiced business and litigation at the firm Jones Waldo, we found no link between him or Jones Waldo. So perfect. Okay. A really great update. Thanks to Rose in the chat. This has been very enlightening as to like who she is, what she may stand for, and so on. Okay, so I'll keep that open in case there's another update. Colin says it's important to remember people who sued before. Yeah, Solomon Radner is really, really cool. He's a good lawyer. So yeah, so the quality of the lawyer also makes a difference. But in these specific two cases, both parties did not continue. So the police, essentially the American Fork Police Department won, right? They didn't win like a clear victory. One of them, at least, it just seems like they stopped responding. But, yeah. Okay, these are her awards. Is that the two lawyer one? We'll check that up at the end. I was gonna do like that for like a different video, maybe like when I rank them. I was gonna try to rank the lawyers, but yeah, I know which one. I've read. I'm catching up, so I'm almost caught up. But yeah, I've read this one. I'm going from newest to oldest. Okay, so that is cool. We have all that information about her. This is her old page. Oh, Facebook. Okay, I don't want to click on that. I think that's too bad. Okay, this is her quote. So she actually interviewed, and this gives you an idea of her thought process, okay? I think this is very important. Okay, so Okay. Can you tell us a little bit about your career? Before becoming a magistrate judge, I practiced employment and commercial law in both state and federal court as a partner at the law firm of Holland and Hart in the Salt Lake City office. My practice focused on the representation and defense of mid to large size companies involved in employment-related litigation. I litigated claims involving harassment, discrimination, wage and hourly violations, non-compete agreements, breach of fiduciary duty, and breach of contract. I also had the opportunity to litigate several commercial cases. I was made a partner at my firm and had planned to maintain my practice as a litigator until I was appointed to the federal branch. What initially drew you to a career in law? According to my mom, I declared my intention of becoming a lawyer when I was a young child. Of course, I had no specific memory of that, but I do remember wanting to help people around me and serve my community. When I was deciding what to do after earning my undergrad degree, I narrowed the choices down between becoming a teacher or attending law school to become a lawyer. To help me decide on a chosen career, I spent a week volunteering in a classroom. So she could have been a teacher as well. So that's good. That's awesome. Frankly, it did not go well, and I learned early on that path was not right for me. The remaining choice was the career in law. So she either was going to be a teacher, or she was either going to BBQ. No, I have not. I have not. Can you talk about the Utah Minority Bar Association Diversity Pipeline Initiative and your involvement? This was a project I started with Janice McConas, who is with the Utah Attorney General's office. For my part, I wanted to see more people of color in private practice and thought I could help with the effort. The program pairs participating attorneys from law firms of Holland and Hart with minority scholarship students from Utah's 2 law schools. Oh shit, does Utah only have 2 law schools, BYU and Utah University? Yeah, that probably explains why everyone is from either one of the 2 law schools, right? These memberships are a year in length and tend to be more encompassing than a traditional mentoring program and require active participation by students and mentors. For example, students can expect to participate in mock arguments and interviews, As a result, we saw an increase in the number of students of color come through the interview process. In fact, one of my 2 clerks, Jasmine, came through the program and landed at a firm and is now with me. That's awesome. Camila Moreno did not go through the program but came to me out of state but went through a similar program in her home state. So she has 2 law clerks and both of them are minorities. So that's pretty cool. So she herself is a Native American minority. But it looks like one of them actually came up from her program. And then one of them is from a similar program on a different state. Needless to say, this initiative is amazing and much needed. So I would say it's IABBQ Council. I heard that you did an interview with Ben's lawyer. Is that on your channel? I'll check. We're going over the magistrate judge now. Yeah, BBQ's in chat. I was talking to chat BBQ. We should probably just do like a BBQ. Oh, here. Okay, the 6 minutes ago. Okay. So BBQ, as soon as he's done uploading the video. Oh yeah, no, we watched BBQ. So actually, BBQ, what is your favorite? So BBQ's from Texas. I don't know when the last time he's been to Texas from. We actually were talking about Texas Roadhouse, which is a chain, versus Taste of Texas, right? Oh, I do have a video, but I didn't do an interview with anyone. Okay, so they were saying like you interviewed their lawyer or something. I actually did need a break because like I'm 1 hour in, so I'm just gonna watch BBQ's video. Shout out to BBQ. He's almost. If some of you guys subscribe to him, I'm sure we can like refresh and they'll be like at 400, right? Oh, Rudy's. Yeah, Rudy's is good. So we were talking about like for somebody who's never had Texas barbecue. Like, what is the best, like, not like, hole in the wall, right? Like, just kind of like larger BBQ in Houston. And I thought Taste of Texas was pretty good. Papacitos. There's a lot of really good barbecue here. I actually, you know what, guys? Ted's Colin, I think, is around Houston, right? Ted's barbecue. I didn't try that. Oh, thank you for the one gifted membership. Oh, they're saying that you interviewed Solomon, Did Radar Solomon interview you? But I will give a shout out to an Uber Eats that we use all the time. So again, for the most part, I've not been to Terry's Black. For the most part, like Uber Eats doesn't do a good job with barbecue, but there is like one place in Spring that me and my wife love. Okay, so yeah, BBQ saying no, he did not do an interview with Solomon Radar. Triple J's barbecue. There's got to be some really good places in Dallas too, right? I assume there's some good places in Dallas as well. But yeah, we were just debating. What was like a good place to eat? Oh, Terry. Maybe I'll try it. Terry's Black. Yeah. I've gone to Austin a few times just to eat the BBQ from like a food truck. I forgot its name. It's like when I was much younger and I can make the drive. So I used to drive to Austin and back in a day. I can't do that anymore. I'm just like too old. We have a baby. We have a toddler. It just wouldn't work right now, right? Yeah. I think there are some really good BBQ places in Dallas too. But I think Austin is really strong. But okay, shout out to BBQ. I can now drink some water. Like this is like perfect. I was looking for a video to play anyway. Let's take a look. And this is exactly on topic, actually. This is exactly what we were talking about, the judge.
Reckless Ben's now federal civil suit has been assigned a new judge, Chief Magistrate Judge Cecilia Romero of the District of Utah. What does it mean to have a magistrate judge assigned? And will this stay the judge for the entire case? Maybe, maybe not. I'll explain the process and what a magistrate...
Oh, okay. We'll let BBQ come. The ones that win the Texas Monthly list are in Dallas. So I think the Texas Monthly list is BS. It's run by one dude. It's run by literally one dude, right? No, BBQ is really expensive, guys. I don't want you to think I'm eating it every day. Like, we have it because it's like $100 for like a meal for me and my wife. Sometimes it's good leftovers and stuff, but like it's an expensive meal. It's so expensive. It didn't used to be this way like 10 years ago. It did used to be like a meal that you would have like every other, like if you wanted to have it. Yeah, it's one dude. Like, I don't know if you know that. It's one guy. Texas Monthly is like one person, not like a council, not like, and like, it's when it's one guy who controls your destiny of like every BBQ place, like in Texas, people give this guy money, right? They give this guy money. There's no way, right? Leroy, yeah, I've driven from Houston to Austin for Leroy. Yeah, Leroy is really good. I haven't been to Louis Barbecue. If you guys are like around Houston, I was thinking of doing like a meetup. I did a Pokemon meetup on the Pokemon convention. I think it would just be kind of fun to do like a meetup at like a barbecue place. A small business. I do like supporting small business because I myself am small business. So like
Magistrate judge is in this video. As a reminder, I am a civil litigator, a practicing attorney with over 15 years of experience litigating in federal courts all around the country. I have significant experience dealing with magistrate judges, and I'm very familiar with the process that's happening today. First, let me give some background about Chief Magistrate Judge Cecilia Romero. Judge Romero was appointed to the bench as a magistrate judge effective June 2019. Prior to that, she served as a law partner at the Salt Lake City office of Holland and Hart. There, she specialized in employment practice, representing companies on employer-side litigation and counseling matters. Judge Romero attended the University of Utah School of Law, where she graduated in 2002. She was a comment editor for that university's law review. Next, let's talk about what a magistrate is. Well, you can think of a magistrate judge as kind of a deputy judge. They are not appointed by the president. They are hired by the court system. Magistrate judges typically handle the smaller parts of pretrial litigation. For example, they conduct settlement conferences and they handle discovery disputes. They can also be referred for other particular issues on pretrial matters. In some instances, with both sides' consent, a magistrate can also serve as the sitting assigned judge throughout the entire case. However, that
Yeah, so that's actually the interesting part is you do get a district judge, but if both parties trust the magistrate judge, they can sign a waiver saying, you know what, we like the magistrate judge. So that's actually what happened to Ethan Klein versus H. Snark. They both signed that, hey, we're okay with whatever the magistrate judge decides. We think he's been fair, or he, in that case, it was a she, Judge Kim. So you can actually, and this is the interesting part, but if either side thinks, oh, the magistrate judge is not being fair to me, they can ask for a district court judge. Often, they are maybe more experienced. Again, for whatever reason, if you feel like your magistrate judge is not really on your side, or you feel like you've been unfairly treated, you can just straight up ask for a district court. So either party can do this, and you automatically get that district court judge, right? So interesting to know that.
That requires all sides of the litigation to consent to the authority of the magistrate judge. And the reason for that is that by default, parties in federal litigation have the right to have their dispute heard by a full Article 3 district court judge.
Correct.
That means a judge appointed by the president. However,
yes, so you have the right to have your case heard by a district judge, but a lot of times the person actually reading the stuff, responding, and a lot of the grunt work, if you will, is done by the magistrate judge. And the magistrate judge, they're incredibly valuable for the legal system because there's simply not enough district judges to. So it's kind of like I think this is a very good magistrate judge, but it's, as the case goes on, do you want a district judge? It's up to you. It's just, many times it's a gut feeling, right? It's a gut feeling.
However, as a workload balancing issue, because federal courts can get very busy, they often offer litigants the opportunity to have the case heard by a magistrate. The advantages to litigants in doing so is that the case may be able to proceed faster, and the parties may have more flexibility in setting a schedule and a trial date that works for them.
So if you pick a district judge, they are very busy. Their docket is almost always, if not always, full. So the trial is going to take a lot longer, typically speaking, with a district judge, just because they already have so many different cases and so on. If you're good with the magistrate judge and you both sign off on it, so both parties need to sign off on it, then yes, then the magistrate judge has a lighter docket and can put more emphasis on your case. So it really depends on what your gut feeling would be at the time. But I like magistrate judges. I think they do good jobs. And sometimes I feel like a district judge just cannot give enough time to it because he's so busy with other cases he or she may have,
rather than being subjected to the more busy calendar and scheduling issues of a full Article 3 judge. Typically, most parties do not consent to a magistrate judge's adjudication of a case. And the reason for that is what I said before. Generally, magistrate judges are experienced in handling the smaller interim pretrial issues of a case, like discovery disputes and settlement conferences. They do not typically have as much experience handling what I'd call the bigger questions, the bigger issues that come up pretrial, like whether the case.
So yeah, I would 100% agree with this. I would 100% agree with this, that yes, that the district judge has a superior knowledge base and has more experience handling more difficult cases, because the district court judge is appointed by the president, which means he's going to be there forever. A magistrate judge, typically, I think this one in Utah, it seems like 7-year cycle, but magistrate judge has to it cycles in and out, and so it's an interesting decision. And again, even if you like the magistrate judge, if the other party doesn't like it, you're going to get a district judge.
The case should even go to trial because of a summary judgment motion or some other motion that may eliminate the case pretrial. Magistrate judges also have less trial experience. than a full Article 3 district judge. And finally, magistrate judges typically get hired straight out of private practice, which means that's a little different from a full Article 3 judge, which has usually or typically served as a judge in state court before being appointed to the federal bench.
Yes, and that is true for this judge. So this judge was in private practice. She was a partner at the law firm, and so this is her first time. This is like, I don't want to call it baby judge, but because it's not. But this is like, basically, this is her first time being a judge, is being a magistrate judge. But when you are a district judge, you typically, 95%, 99% of the time, will have some experience previously being a magistrate judge or being a judge somewhere else.
Bench. So what is going on here, and why has this case been assigned to a magistrate judge instead of a full judge? Well, there's nothing suspicious or abnormal about this. This is the standard process that the District of Utah follows in every civil case. They, on a first instance, assign the case to a magistrate judge. The parties then have 21 days to let the court know if they will consent to the magistrate being the full judge through trial. If the parties do not consent within that 21-day period, then the case will be assigned to a full judge, and the magistrate judge will stay on to handle those pretrial issues I talked about before, things like settlement conferences and discovery disputes and possibly other issues.
Okay, so this is how I would do it. So all my cases settle, right? I'm very, I'm a kind of a nice guy to talk. People want to talk to me all the time. I went to the Pokémon convention, and there was one Magic event. So it's a very small Pokémon convention. It's like maybe 50 tables, something like that, at my local mall. I talked to the convention owner. I talked to his wife. They have 2 kids. They're very, people, they just like talking to me. I don't know why. And then I was at the convention, and it's like, oh, hey, are you MTG Lion? I have not heard MTG Lion in probably 5 years. But people remembered me from, my Magic channel back in the day. So, most of my cases, when there's copyright involved, we just settle. We just pay a little bit of money, and they go away, and then everyone is happy about that. But yeah, people just love talking to me, and I don't, and I'm not really that social of a person in real life. But they just keep, oh, new law, wow, yeah. Before I was MTG Line, I was new law student back in the day. But yeah, everyone knows who I was at the mall. It was really kind of cool. I was giving some EV cards away. Also, shout out to the Pope. This was a gift from Alex. I didn't know when I'm probably gonna make another stream about it, but let's be serious. All of our streams are Reckless Ben streams. I was gonna make a Billy Mitchell stream. So this is signed by Billy Mitchell and Nicholas de Oreo. I like that. I like that Nick's signature is in gold and Billy's signature, and this is supposedly a limited edition. And so we were a small little channel one day, and then Nicholas de Oreo gave us a shout out, and you always appreciate. So here's a life lesson, guys. You always have to appreciate the people who are with you in the beginning, because that's the hardest time. Now we have 600 people. We're the size of not Tony the Black. Sean the Black. We're the size of Casey Tron. We're much bigger than Frogan. We're much larger than iDubbbz, right? I didn't even know you guys get ads. Guys, I probably shouldn't tell you this, but I have ad blocker. So yeah, I probably shouldn't tell you this. But anyway, let's continue on, and yeah, I'll play this video, and then we will get the I'll show you what was cool later.
However, during that first 21-day period, the magistrate judge is the judge in the case and has the authority to hear any issues that are raised. So the big question I think you're all asking...
Back to what I was saying. Magistrate judges are awesome if both parties want to settle. If one party does not want to settle, then they kind of suck. So if both parties come into it and they're like, hey, I'm open to settlement, I'm open to hearing you out, then magistrate judges are perfect because they can put a lot of attention. The timeline is very narrow. They can work really hard for you to figure out a settlement. So if you come in and you want to settle, and you think the other party may want to settle as well for whatever reason, PR or otherwise, maybe revenue, maybe profits going down, I don't know. I'm just saying some things, right, to Bricks and Minifigs. Then the magistrate judge would be great for settlement early on. But if you think you're going to try, if you have any belief you're going to go to trial, you go ahead and you get the district judge, right?
Asking.
Yeah, BBQ counter, yes. Yeah, BBQ counter was like, damn, BBQ counter, you go live, I'll send you some money. I'll send you whatever the ad block difference is, okay? Yeah, BBQ counter. Yeah, Colin, yeah, a lot of people, you gotta recognize who is with you in the beginning, because even if you do become bigger and so on, you wanna, one of my favorite people, and I know it's very controversial, is LeBron James. My dad, when he was here as a university student, he went to University of Akron, Ohio, where LeBron is from. So already I have like this connection, because when I was very little, when I first moved to America from China, I was 2.5 years old, and we lived in Akron, Ohio, because my dad was a grad student at the university, or a PhD grad, something like that, like a post-bac or something like that. No, not post-bac, like a post-grad researcher. And I've always found one thing about LeBron that I really liked. Maverick, all the people around LeBron, his agent, his like PR people, there were people he knew when he was like 18 or 16 or 14 or 15, right? That's loyalty, right? And they didn't have any skills at the time. They didn't know how to be an agent or how run an agency, clutch, but he was like, okay, I'm going to let you do this. You're going to learn. And we're going to do this. So many times, I think people, like, for instance, like hiring and so on, like I look at it very differently than most people. So many times you hire and then you try to hire a person with the skill set. But you don't really think about like, okay, what other skill sets could this person be good at? Right? Like, how can this person evolve with the team? Actually, one of my favorite movies, or my favorite scenes in a movie is when it was about a movie about Steve Jobs. And Steve Wojciech is like, Waz is telling Steve Jobs, like, hey, this guy's been with us since the very beginning. Since we were in the garage, this guy's been with us. And Steve says, okay, what does he do? Oh, he does, something very basic, very manual. And it's like, oh, okay. So why is he there and why is he not here with us? Why is he not like COO, CMO? We gave him every opportunity and he just didn't, like they didn't give him the opportunities to grow like the Steve Woz and Steve Jobs did, even though he started with them in the garage. And I feel like that's really sad. So I think like my version of like growth is like very like, hey, maybe you don't have these skill sets today. Oh, he wants payment and retribution. Yeah. Okay. Okay, yes, BBQ, I will send payment your way, okay? BBQ is a lawyer, so you gotta send payment his way. But to be frank, I've been blocking all of your ads, BBQ. All of them. And only now you've noticed.
What about the TRO? Well, as I said before, the TRO is technically still in place, even though all parties have agreed the gag order will come out. And as I put in my videos over the weekend.
Yeah, I think it's cool. Like right now, Laughable Larry, we can talk to chat. I can read every chat I want, right? Mid-sized channels, when you get too big, you can't talk to streamers anymore. Yeah, I think that's true, right? BBQ, yeah. Thank you, Infectious. BBQ makes some good videos. I'm vegan and I'm subscribed. That should mean something. Okay, so we can do this the easy way or we can do it the hard way. You won't like the hard way. No, we'll do the easy way. I'll just pay out whatever the ad revenue is. I'll do the easy way, BBQ. Don't threaten me with the hard way. Yeah, could you imagine how differently it could be if like they just like took the easy way? If I'm in Minef, right? He's like, you know what? We're going to take the easy way. Thank you, Ben. Thank you, Ben, for giving us that option to take the easy way. Like, man, that's it. No, yeah, If he ever comes to Houston, yeah, whatever like in Houston he wants to eat, whatever his favorite BBQ place in Houston is, absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, yeah, Chinchilla says, it's worse BBQ. I heard he only turns on ad blocker for you. That would be hilarious, BBQ. That would be hilarious. That would be so funny. That would be funny. And then I go to Sheldon's video and I like turn off the ad blocker. Oh, man. That would be the worst, right? That would be the worst, guy. The easy way. I choose the easy way. That would be the worst, right? Like if somehow I only had ad blocker on for BBQ, I watch his video and I go back to like, let's say Sheldon's video. I was like, oh, I forgot the ad blocker's not on, right? Oh. Yeah, that type of behavior would be like really, really astoundingly bad, right?
And it probably did expire on its own terms, but you still need the judge to confirm that. So here, Magistrate Judge Romero, for the next 21 days, has the authority to rule on any issues the parties raise. So theoretically, if the parties filed something this week asking the court to confirm that the TRO is no longer in force, or at least asking the court to confirm the terms of the agreed upon preliminary injunction, the one that has no gag order in it, Judge Romero does have the authority to decide that issue here in the next 21 days. So the next question you may be asking, is Reckless Ben and the defendants likely to consent to the magistrate judge as the main judge in the case? Probably not. Parties.
Oh, good point. Yeah, so is Reckless Ben going to consent, right? So both parties have to consent, but you can look at both sides.
Typically do not consent to the magistrates being the primary judges for the reasons that I stated before. The Article 3 judges typically have more experience, they typically have more expertise handling the big questions in a civil litigation, and they typically have more trial experience than the magistrate. And so for those reasons alone, I think it's not very likely that the defendants will consent to the magistrate. One other issue that parties tend to consider is the judge's background. Here, this judge has a significant amount of experience.
Yeah, that would be crazy if like he did like a video where like he was investigating my stream, and somehow the only videos I had, I use ad blocker for everybody. But it would be hilarious if, like, suddenly he sees, like, commercials on other people's videos. I think that would be a funny video. Yeah, so, again, I think BBQ's right here. I personally like magistrate judges, but, like, I think and this is why it's good to, like, listen to, like, other lawyers and so on. Because, like, you have different experiences. I think BBQ is right. This is a very complicated case. And the cases that I've had magistrate judges on, it's been, like, very simple. So, like, the other side clearly wants some type of payout. The only question is, what does the payout look like? So, like, in the copyright cases I mainly do copyright now, it's a very simple idea. Hey, I'm a musician, I made some music, I hired this third-party company to go online and scrub everybody for the music. You took my music like a few times. You used it as your intro, blah, blah, blah. Now I'm going to flag your entire channel down. And then at this point in time, you're like, okay, so do you want money? Oh, if you can't reach like a settlement like privately, then they want to make a big deal of it. That means they want more money. But typically in the issues I've dealt with copyright, it's a third party telling a musician that they can hold out for more money, but they never go district because they never go to trial because it doesn't get that far because that's very expensive for them to do. So economically, most times they don't even go to a magistrate judge because they will settle with us here because they don't want to go through so there's two different third parties. There's one that is actually a law firm. They will go to the magistrate judge. That's like 10%. 90% of them representing musicians, there's actually no lawyer. They're going to threaten to hire a lawyer, but hiring a lawyer is really expensive. And these payouts are like $1,000, $2,000. Within like 5 hours, the lawyer has already spent more money. So like it's a calculation. It is a calculation of Europe. Musicians from Europe, Australia, different countries. Like it's not just the U.S., Canada. They can hire a third-party company. Some of them are lawyers, some of them are not. When you're dealing, so the ones that are not lawyers, they pretend that they are for as long as you as long as they can. And you just straight up, hey, I want to talk to a lawyer. Once you say, I want to talk to your lawyer, then they can't lie to you again. So I say that in the very beginning. So, for something as complicated as this case, yeah, I agree with BBQ. And it's good. It's good to get different opinions. It's good to get different opinions, right?
In civil litigation. She was a law partner at a large firm. She has a lot of experience in employment litigation. However, she did tend to...
Yeah. This is my streaming channel. I have other channels. Like, I don't want to show... Like, one of them is a baby channel, so I don't want to show that for my toddler. So I have multiple channels. This is the streaming channel. And for reasons like, you know, algorithm... Like, you know, I don't subscribe to anyone except my Pokemon channel and my baby channel. So I would subscribe to BBQ, but I have a lot more channels. And I have, so when I watch YouTube, I actually watched it from, I don't know if I should tell you the channel, but I watched it on my TV with my kid. And that's already, that's my wife's channel.
Specialize in representing employer side. It's possible the defendants may not want a magistrate who served as an attorney for corporations and large employers in the first parts of her career. However, that's only one thing that the defendants will be looking at. They will be also studying Judge Romero's prior rulings. They will look at her history. They will speak to attorneys that know and have worked with her and decide for themselves if she's the right fit for this case. And what happens if...
Yeah, so if they decide she's the right fit, they will just keep her. No, I can show you. I'll show you. On this channel, I'm trying to think if there's anything bad. I don't think so. So this is my wife's channel. She doesn't even have a channel. This is my Pokemon channel. This is my second Pokemon channel. And this is my baby's channel. Yes, Phil, I know you're subscribed. But we are subscribed to him on the wife's channel. Because the wife's channel is actually, downstairs on the TV. I do feel guilty not subscribing to him, guys.
If the defendants decide not to consent to her, could they suffer any kind of blowback or ramifications from that? No. It's very common that parties do not consent to a magistrate. And so I would not expect there to be any negative effects from not consenting to this. No judge or court is going to take it personally if the parties do not consent to the magistrate being the full judge, because that's the standard practice in most cases. So that's the news for the morning. I hope you found this video educational or entertaining and informative. And if so, please drop a like, please drop a subscribe, and ask any questions you have in the comments below. I tend to look at the comments and look for your questions. I try to answer as many as I can, or I use your questions to make new videos.
So again, I will give him something better than a subscribe. I will give him a shout out, right? I'll give him a shout out to subscribe. And hopefully he's hit 4,000. He's hit 4,000. There you go. Yeah, maybe I don't know what a channel is, but those all have channels. Like, I hate when people say that. So, like, how could they have no channels when they have subscribers? Right? Yes, congrats on the 4,000, BBQ. Like, I promise you, these are channels with videos on them. So I'm not sure what you guys are talking about, guys. I promise you they all have videos on them. Right. Okay, anyway, subscribe to BBQ Counselor. Again, I think a shout out is better than this, right? No, I don't have a 14. Those channels are always, yeah, so shout out to BBQ Counselor again. That was a nice break. You know, watching other people's stuff is like way easier than making your own stuff, guys. That's why I think like, okay, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie, guys. Watching like other people's stuff and reacting to it is the laziest shit I've ever heard about. And then I didn't really understand it until now. Like, how can you live stream for 6 to 8 hours? Oh, well, you're not like talking for 6 to 8 hours. That would be insane, right? What you need to do is you need to like react. So I've learned the strategy of like, so whenever I need a break, I find something, and BBQ is gracious enough to let us play his videos. And then I rest, I drink some water, I'm not talking and yelling as much. And then we go back to this. That wasn't that wasn't the first time you helped create something of this nature. Can you tell us about diversity and inclusion suite that you and your husband created while in law students? Cool. When I started law school, I was invited to participate in law school's academic assistant program. So she's very big on diversity. Yeah, the only way you can live stream for like more than like 3 hours is if you're like reacting, right? Original goal, like, I don't know, man. I don't know what you're on right now, but I don't have any beef with barbecue. We are friends. BBQ and I are friends, so I don't know. I don't know why you hate me so much, but peace. Peace and much love, right? That's all we can do, right? When I started law school, okay, the program was wonderful. So she had some really good experiences with like these diversity programs, right? No, she's all about the a lot of what she's talking about is diversity, right? And she is now trying to. Oh yeah, sometimes people can BBQ, like we no beef, unless you want to eat beef and barbecue beef, right? Yeah, no, BBQ has been great for us, and even though we are not subscribed to him on the main channel, we appreciate everything on his channel, right? Yeah, so like I don't know, it's just like it just doesn't make any sense, right? Clearly, we're good friends. Clearly, we support each other's channels. Clearly, he's literally in chat, right? And we're just making fun jokes and stuff. And then one person gets super offended I'm not subscribed to him on my main channel. On the channel I stream on. It's like, okay. Okay, so she is really into diversity and inclusion, which I think is a good thing. I definitely think that there are not enough Native American lawyers. This is the first time I've read about a Native American lawyer, and she is the first Native American magistrate lawyer, right? Oh, I know, BBQ, your content, don't shortchange your content, BBQ. You are responsible for all your, like I could send somebody to you, but they're not going to subscribe. I promise you that. Like, if the content is bad. I promise you that. Like, you know, I can send as many people as I want, but they're not going to subscribe unless your content is really, really good, which it is, right? When attending law school, what kind of career did you imagine attaining? How does your career differ today from those ambitions? I never imagined I would be a partner in a private practice law firm or become a judge. It seems so out of reach. She's very humble. I like her. So, like, again, maybe they actually decide to go with her. Or maybe not, right? Maybe not, right? Yeah, it really depends. I mean, BBQ has such high quality content and so like informational, and it's not like me. I know like my content, we drag on and drag on and we talk, but that's just like how I am, right? BBQ is like, this is what it is. So he's like, you know, for 8 minutes he can get out content that I will talk about for like an hour. So like we're like very different type of YouTubers, right? So it's not competition at all, right? Exactly. Like this is what I'm trying to tell you. So BBQ, you have to understand, like, it's your content that's driving everything. Because like Frogan, there are like, she gets shout outed 2 times and she still can't do over 100 like concurrent, like, but like she gets shout out by Hassan Piker. She gets so much shout out, it's crazy, but no subscribers, right? Like it kind of blows your mind. Like, how can somebody be shout out by Hassan Piker constantly? Like, this is a dude with like what, 4 million, like some insane. This is a dude literally in politics right now, and like not just in politics, controlling politics, right? And she's getting shout out. She's walking his dog and all this stuff, and she cannot grow. Yeah, we did get a federal judge, but it's a magistrate judge. And I would agree with BBQ. The magistrate judge could be replaced by a district judge soon. So we don't know how long this judge will be around. I think it's really cool. She is Mexican American. She's multicultural. She's looks like she's half Native American and half Mexican. My mother has taught us our native culture. It is a big part of who I am and how I identify. I take pride in my culture, teaching our heritage to my children. So she has children, another good sign. And she actually wanted to be a teacher. And I guess she didn't like she actually wanted to be a teacher, and she didn't like teaching that much, right? Okay. So then she decided, okay, so I didn't like teaching, so I'm going to be a lawyer right now. Some of the best lawyers are teachers because you have to teach your clients, essentially. You have to be very patient, right? You have to be very patient with your clients sometimes, and the judge. Although communities of color still lag in all sorts of positions, that is quickly changing. So while I may be the first in this position, I will not be the last. That's good mentality. Tell us about one of the most... I love this. Tell us about one of the most important lessons you learned from a personal or professional mentor. This is great. I had two of the most outstanding mentors that I owe for attaining my success. Josh Harrington and Louis Barr, two giants in our community. They helped me much more than I can adequately express. Every good lawyer is helped by another lawyer. Okay. So, BAM map updates. Update on BAM's statement. Okay. So they made a statement today. Yes, they made it. We have like so much to do, right? We have so much to do. So this, we'll get to this later. Yes, they issued a statement. I have the statement somewhere here. This one, right? Business Wire. Is that the right one? Oh no, it's a different statement. Oh no, it's the same statement. Okay, it's the same statement. Hey Tony, the article I sent you, BAM posted the same questions in there. Okay, so yes, so let me finish the judge really quickly. I think I have like 2 more things to do with the judge and Instagram. Profile pic for Utah State Bar. That's really cool. And then I do want to read this part, and then we'll go to BAM's statement today, whether or not they do want to settle. Roofer. Okay, so my roofer is here. He's constantly texting me. Roofer, can we do Thursday after 2 p.m.? Or do we have to do earlier? So, garage and bedroom. So my roofer is here. How late? We'll probably do 2 p.m. on Thursday. Okay, so my roofer's here. Okay, so like that, we have like constant characters, like my roofer. I'll give him a shout out. I just forgot like his company name. They did a good job. Yeah, they did a good job. Or I don't want to do Wednesday because I'm so tired from stuff, right? BAM map is the BAM map is the BAMmap.com. TheBAMmap.com. So there is a TheBAMmap.com. So okay, let me go. Okay, so I promise we are almost done. This. Yeah. Do you know Lost? Yeah. So I feel like too tired. Like, so I have Alex. We're having dinner with Alex. So my kid is like somewhere else right now. We'll go somewhere else. And then I had to like short a lot of Pokemon cards because I bought like a lot. So I feel like Thursday with 2. Oh, anyway, okay, never mind. Every good lawyer has a bunch of, like, this is like what I can tell you. Like, when I came to America, my family was like super poor. And there are people who are going to screw you over, and you don't even remember that. Like, my dad, like, he came to America with $50. There are people who will screw you over, but in the long term, it's the people who help you that you actually remember, right? That's all I have to say. Is like every great lawyer, it's because there were other lawyers who spent their time, their resources to help when they didn't have to, And they actually didn't benefit from it in any way. They helped me much more than I can adequately express. It's hard to list just one important lesson they taught me because there are so many. But there are two lessons they taught me that I remind myself of every day. The value of grit and not to take myself too seriously. Yes. Guys, like this is pretty much, she's very, maybe they love her. Maybe they love her so much they want to keep her as the magistrate attorney. But holy moly, right? So. No, he has a name, guys. He has a name. The roofer has a name. And we will give it. He did a good job roofing the roof. But there was like some like leakage and so on. Not his fault. Again, not his fault. He's just gotta like clean some stuff up, right? So it's like the roof is installed. And we have like, again, not his fault. We have like some things that like, there's a place in the garage and then there's a place in my bedroom. My bedroom is very messy right now because that's where my daughter like plays. That's her playroom. So like for my roofer to come, I need to like clean my bedroom. It's a little bit more complicated, right? Yeah. Let me tell you a story. No, okay, we gotta power through this. So it's really hard to pick a roofer, okay? The roofer is really hard to pick because you're paying this guy like in advance, right? BBQ says, I think it's possible to keep her, but there will need to be some insight that they have that. Yeah, correct. Yeah, so any lawyer commenting on Reckless Ben or Bricks and Minifigs, we can't get into their head. So we don't actually know what they're thinking, right? So it's impossible for us to really know, but they can keep her if they want to. On the basis of facts we know, I don't see Reckless Ben wanting an employer side. Okay, so yes. So an employee, this individual has litigated for the employer. So we talked about all the nice stuff, the Native American, the diversity. But at the end of the day, yes, BBQ brings up a very important point. This is an individual who, if there is harassment and you report it, she's not on your side. She's on the side of the company, right? She's on the side of the company. If you are injured or you did overtime and you weren't getting paid the overtime, or you feel like the hours were incorrect, or you didn't get your lunch break, this would be the individual on the other side of the table from you. So BBQ makes a good, very, very valid point. This is an individual who is going to be corporate. So Bricks and Minifigs is corporate. In the past, all of her clients have been corporate businesses, more similar to Bricks and Minifigs than it would be to Reckless Ben or Brian Menzel or just like an individual. So that is her past work, yeah. Did you ever watch the Police Academy movies? He says, oh yeah, when I was a kid I did. But at the end of the day, the value of grit, and not to take myself too seriously, clients value grit or hustle, and working hard can set you apart and many times can trump smarts. Oh, yeah. So this is interesting, right? This is interesting. Yes, corporate would be liable if the franchisees are doing really bad stuff. Correct. The franchisee corporate. So for instance, when McDonald's, right? Remember the hot coffee thing, right? Do you remember the hot coffee where a woman went to the drive-thru? It's kind of like the most famous case that like most people would know. And they made the coffee like super duper hot for no reason, and then she like spilled it on her lap. And it did like massive damage because he was in like jeans or something like that. She didn't just sue that McDonald's. She sued McDonald's corporate because it was corporate policy to make the coffee extra hot, right? So where money isn't in the individual. So the reason that you wouldn't want to sue Bricks and Minifigs is because most of them are like paycheck by paycheck. I would promise you that the individual Bricks and Minifig stores are either near bankruptcy or like just paycheck by paycheck. These guys, based on profit margins, and we might have Billy. We might have Billy explain this to us tomorrow. Hopefully we'll have Billy on tomorrow with us. But these guys are not rich. These guys are not rich and wealthy. Where the pot of gold is corporate. Okay? So, like, if, like, these franchisees, they don't have millions and millions and millions of dollars to settle with. Corporate does. So in any lawsuit where a franchisee is acting or doing something bad, it's very easy to tie because the franchisees have to operate based on the operation manual that is, I guess, according to Almonds, constantly changing. So because of the operation manual and the fact that corporate is literally telling them what vendors can you buy from, what vendors can you not buy from, how should this look, what type of tables you need. So like, for instance, if somebody injured themselves like sitting on a chair and it was like, and they sued, they would be able to sue corporate because they could only buy chairs from a certain vendor, right? Like, the amount of control corporate has over each franchisee is astounding, right? They could, like, even from the vendor part, and that's why many Quiznos franchisee owners went bankrupt, or they just had to stop doing Quiznos, because Quiznos said, hey, I know that you want to buy your beef at $10 a pound from this other vendor, but you have to use us, or you have to use our approved vendor. And he's going to sell beef for $50 a pound. So, like, the control that they have is point of sales. We've looked at it in great detail previously, and it's massive, right? We are not talking about, like, hey, you guys are independent, do cowboy your way out. No. Every store looks the same. Every store has the same chair, same Lego desk, same play area, same shelf, same, like, they're buying from the same vendors. Okay? So if somehow something happens, God forbid, it's probably because corporate told them to do it. Okay, so by the end of the day, it's important to remind yourself it's just work. And this is something like I remind myself every day. It is what we do, not who we are. Oh, I love Justice Sona Sotomayor. So she is the first Hispanic Supreme Court Justice. And I really do adore this Supreme Court Justice. Justice Sotomayor said, I have come to believe that in order to thrive, a child must have at least one adult in her life who shows her unconditional love, respect, and confidence. For me, that person is my mom. My mom raised 4 children on her own. We are learning a lot. I love this magistrate judge. We are not going to a honeypot spineless Ben with this one, but I was going to make a funny joke. But I felt like, okay, no, I'm not going to make the funny joke. She taught me about hard work, the importance of family, and be grateful for what I have, express that gratitude, and pay it forward. Like, everything I'm reading is like really good stuff. Now, again, BBQ does mention she is corporate side for her litigation, but she seems like a very humble, proud individual. Personally, I am most proud of my children. Yeah, that's cool. I have 2 smart, feisty kids, and I look forward to seeing the impact they will make. Yeah, that's really awesome. Will make on future generations moving forward. Professionally, I am proud of the learning experience and opportunities I've had. It is a privilege. So look. This is not some DEI bullshit. This is exactly what, like, inclusion and diversity should look like. It's a privilege. It should be somebody humble who understands that it is a privilege to sit at this table. And because somebody helped me, or multiple people helped me sit at this table, it is my time to help other people sit on the table, right? That's how I feel, too. Just generally about life, you know, to get to where we are today, there was a lot of people who helped you. So be grateful for the people who helped you and don't take it for granted, but understand that, like, you know, it's not, there were people who helped you sit at the table you're sitting at. Now it's time for you to help other people either achieve what you have achieved or even go beyond that. That's been my opinion on life recently. Now that I have a kid, when you have a kid, your opinion on life changes quite a bit. Okay, so how do you balance professional life with a personal one? I am not sure you can always balance. Yeah, you can't. Professional life with a personal one. A lot of times it feels messy and unbalanced, and you just do the best you can. I am blessed to have my mother live with me for most of my professional career. Without her, there would be no balance, period. That's awesome, man. I think this is exactly this is not DEI, oh, she doesn't deserve it. No, this is somebody very humble who does deserve it. And she understands that, yes, indeed, there were people who helped me, and I want to help other people achieve what I have. Yeah, it's good. Okay, so this is the update on the BAM map. This will be the last thing we cover, and then I have so many Pokemon cards to sort that will blow your mind. I'll be honest, most times I don't really get good sleep, and then we just do the live stream, and it's kind of whatever I want. That's why I'm in real life with a full. Not that you ever get a full night of sleep, but I'm much more I don't talk as much. I only really talk when I'm in this kind of state. I don't want to say it's a panic state, but it's when you're on adrenaline because you don't have, you know how you don't have sleep and you're just on adrenaline and you're oh shit, I have to do X, Y, Z, right? Okay. So we have this from the BAMmaps.com. We have the Business Wire, and we also have this. Let's read it. Okay, bricks and minifigs. This will be the last thing we do, and then I'm going to eat. Tomorrow, I don't know if Billy responded. Let me check. Give me 2 seconds. Billy did not respond yet. Okay, Billy, we're waiting on Billy to respond. Billy from Refresh Toys, he's always in chat. Great guy. I want to talk to him about the finances of Legos. Part of the thing that I think I'm the only one who is really talking about is how bad of a job did Crystal actually do? Now, we heard that from Sheldon there were a bags of Legos in a garbage bag, and that was completely unaccounted for. That seems lazy. We know that there were payments in 3 months that were not actually paid to Brian Menzel. We know the layaway situation. We know, so I have been talking about it, and I haven't owned a store since 2022, a retail store. I think it would be very interesting, and we could even get Billy's, we can even watch MS Bricks and see what Billy's reaction to the 6%, and they're trying to steal the Lego. There's so much we can do, and Last Relic is here. Last Relic is on this interview, so we can even talk about this interview. Shout out to Sheldon. So I think having a person who's currently running a Lego store tell us about margins, tell us about what he buys the Legos for. Why does he not do consignment? Did he did consignment one time, and why did it work? Did he refund the money? It actually would kind of just blow the whole Crystal Law Ben Gorman thing to the moon. Because I think a lot of people are not real, and same thing with Last Relic, right? He was a manager as well, it looks like. It looks like I want to make sure that people understand, as accounting, Crystal bookkeeping was downright unacceptable. But it's one thing for me to say it because I don't have a store now, right? I can just tell you in the past, but people are oh, things are different now. It's been 4 or 5 years. But when somebody's actively running a store, that's a different, what is the business model? What is your business model? What is Bricks Minifigs? I think it would be fascinating to have Billy on. If we don't have Billy, so Billy said he can do sometime this week. I said, we'd love to have you ASAP tomorrow, and we'll wait for Billy to either. We'll see what happens tomorrow. So I can't guarantee that Billy will be on tomorrow, but I can pretty much guarantee that Billy will be on sometime this week to go over the actual numbers of running a Lego business, which I rant and And if anyone knows about bricks and minifigs, it's Billy, because he literally has a competitor like in the same town as him, or like one of the competitors is like close to him. So of course he would have studied. Again, you have to do that. It's called research, right? Before you open your bricks and minifigs, you have to do research, right? Okay. Bricks and minifigs determined. They are now determined to find an amicable resolution with the Menzel family. Okay, I wonder what changed. Bricks and Minifigs, an authorized Lego reseller specializing in buying, trading, and selling Lego products today, reaffirmed its commitment to assist in resolving the private dispute surrounding a customer's Lego collection at a former franchise store in Salem, Oregon, strengthen its operations, support its franchisees, they really need support, and employees. Subject to its ongoing investigation, Bricks and Minifigs believes that and alleges the following facts, among others, may be relevant to the claims made in recent weeks. Ed Menzel built the collection at the center of the issue when the family decided to sell it. Ed's son, Brian Menzel, who was apparently new to Lego resale world, which a lot of people are, visited the now-closed Salem Bricks and Minifig store around September 2023 and asked its former owner, Crystal Law Gorman, for help. Bricks and Minifig's investigation found documentation estimating the realistic highest retail value. So retail value is this amount. According to Sheldon, it's not, right? So again, I don't know if CoffeeZilla actually hurt, because obviously you want a higher retail amount, of course, right? So there's so much questions that Billy can help us answer, or there are so many things Billy can help us understand. So maybe, guys, if you have any questions for Billy, Billy is the Lego. So, okay, so maybe we have to do this now. If you have any questions, any confusion about, like, why is Crystal doing this, consignment, what's the value of these toys? Like, if anyone were to give you a value of a toy, wouldn't it be like somebody selling the toys, like, every single day? He also does online sales, too, so you can buy online and so on. But this is his store, Refresh Toys. No, Spineless Ben. Okay, so, God. You guys always, like, go on these random tangents. I don't know if it's a delay. No, we got dumped, guys. We got dumped by Spineless Ben. Spineless Ben did not want to go on a date with me at all. We got ghosted. We got ghosted by this guy. Do we have a video? Can somebody send me the thing, the document? I think Ristic Siphon made it. It's like a little document. I can click on the link. I should have that link. I don't know. I'm just like so lazy. Like I gotta download the document. But we got stood up by Spineless Ben. There was no female cop. We were honest with him. And we said, no, we're not female, right? and that was it. That was the end of the date, guys. He stood us up. He told us he would be on Sunday. I had showed proof in the last thing. And then, on Discord. Okay, thank you, Colin. It's so funny. I still don't know. Oh, duh. I have this. Never mind. I have this. It's called Green. What's it called? It's called on Discord. Resources called. Oh, resources. Duh. Resources. Mod. Oh, here we go. Oh, thank you, Goosey, for all the here, that's Ristic Siphon. Okay, here we go. To be honest, like I'm honestly just like, without my mods, like, we would not be anywhere. Shit. Like, they're so okay, so let me show you. We got literally rejected by this guy here. It blew my mind, but we did.
Hello. That individual just called because he's had a few weird incidents.
Oh, actually?
Sorry?
Oh, actually, I'm just waiting here for one of my friends.
Where's your friend at?
I think
So it starts with, I'm waiting for one of my friends, which obviously is a lie. Where's your friend at?
she lives in this house, so I'm just...
I think she lives at this house. Pointing at a random house.
I'm going on a date today, so I'm just.
Oh, gotcha.
I'm going on a date today. Oh, gotcha.
Picking.
It's kind of a weird spot to park at, right in front of the driveway.
Oh, I'm in front of the driveway. I thought this was like a. I thought it was in the middle of the driveway. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. Do you happen to have an ID on you?
Yes.
Okay.
Let me see.
I'll be over to talk with you in a second.
Asking his friend's name. He doesn't have a friend
Okay. So, yeah, ask.
that lives here, I guarantee.
That would be our good friend, Josh Johnson. Yeah, I was the friend. Like, holy moly. I'll just keep this here in case I need it. But I probably don't need it. I'm almost done. Okay, so, yeah, this guy, like, the guys, like, people are saying, okay, so we asked him, hey, what time can you, shout out, we'll watch this probably tomorrow. Yes, this is unfalse. I wanted to tell you, a lot of news people are like, they have no idea what's going on because they're not in the day-to-day. News Nation said lawsuit dropped against YouTuber. Not true. The lawsuit was just removed to a different court. So this is the level of like research that we do not want to do. Like, let me tell you, we don't want to be this guy. Because I don't think they did it maliciously. I just think they don't like cover it. We want to do research. We want to make sure that whatever we say has some, like, at least some credibility. Like, we have looked at it. We have fact-checked it. We have, even, like, BAM map. I can tell you, we didn't use it for a while my mods were discussing. So I still have no idea what they were discussing because I wasn't part of that conversation, but I trust whatever that was. But if my mods tell me, hey, don't use this source, or don't do that, or I'm just going to do it, right? I'm just going to, or not do it. Or whatever they tell me to do, right? Because I trust their judgment. And a lot of this stuff could be incredibly time consuming. So, like, I just, like, okay, cool. I trust you guys. What do you want me to do, right? So, yeah, again, you know, we do research. I want to make that very clear. We are not that news channel out there. We do research on everything that we say. So, the estimated seems to align with Brian Menzel's public statements for roughly, but maybe the price went up. So, the interesting part here is, like, Lego prices have gone to the moon. Do you know Pokemon cards doubled in price last year? I didn't believe it, but they did. Pokemon cards in general. So I can't speak. Again, the BAM map is not paid by BAM. Let's be very clear here. Correct, yes. Correct. Like, Pokemon cards have doubled in price. So, like, did Legos double in price too, or no? So I don't know. And maybe Billy can tell us, hey, how hot is the market for Legos? How hot specifically is the market for Star Wars Legos and sets? You know, how would you sell this? Like, but collectibles in general have, like, gone to the moon recently. So, like, I don't know. And this is why it's so weird. In 2023, you could get Pokemon has, like, quadrupled or, like, 5x since that time. I would imagine all collectibles have seen some type of, like, resurgence, right? Including, obviously, Legos. So you have your Lego collection in 2023. The value of that Lego collection in 2023 may be vastly different than today, right? I mean, what Cloud City is a $10,000 set. Back when it released, I think it was like under like 100. Yes? So, like, I guess one of my questions is, like, what number are we using? Are we using the 2023 number? Are we using the 2024 number? Are we using the 2025 number? It's weird, because depending on which number you use, it could be vastly different, right? Like, let me show you how, in Pokemon, everything has gone to, like, incredible, like, Like, if you use the 2020 free number in Pokemon, people would just laugh at you. They would laugh at you. They wouldn't. They were like, dude, you suck. Because that was like, for a year. Again, I think this is a question for Billy. Okay. Actually, what? We're going to have questions for Billy from Refresh Toys. Like, in 2023, given what you know about the collection, what was it worth? In 2024, what was it worth? In 2025, what is it worth, right? In 2026, what is it worth? Because I think that's mainly, people are not talking about that enough because they don't have the experience in Lego. Neither do I. I can't talk about it. I have no idea. I'm going to talk about Pokemon. I can tell you, let's just grab any box. I can grab any box of Pokemon and tell you the prices shot up to the moon, right? The Real Bone Factory says, I have comics I bought 2 years ago. Yeah, exactly. Like, things have gone crazy stuff. Like, I can show you some of this stuff. I can show you this. This is, Bidoof. Oh, this was given for free. So this was worth $0 at Pokemon Center. Today, it's $700. So when you ordered anything for Pokemon Center, you could get one of these Bidoofs for free. The Venusaurs and the Dragon Knights. I don't want to talk too much about this card, but like it is kind of a cool card. It's a first edition Dragon Knight foil, Flareon, and obviously more. So I'm like, holy moly! Like, so like, what price are they using? Because if they use the 2023 price, that's vastly different from 2024 or 2026 price. Okay. Bricks and Minifigs investigation also found point of sales data showing about $61,000 and potentially more may have been sold from the collection prior to November 14th, 2024. So they think 61%. So they're saying the point of sale system sold 61% or more. The company believes Menzel may have only received $15,000 of payments in roughly a year. So again, did Crystal underpay Brian Menzel? The answer is yes. Because we know at the very end, Crystal is printing the receipts so she can accurately pay him. The records suggest a discrepancy may exist between what was sold and paid to him. So we already know that exists because that's why Crystal was working so hard to print the receipts to figure out how much they owed Brian for the Lego sets they had already sold. I think there was like a 3-month period where they actually didn't pay Brian, which the company is still investigating. When the new owners, Brandon Best and Josh Johnson, took over the Salem location, they discovered in the store... You know what? Okay, let me tell you guys. You know what card went up a lot in price? I had a lot of this. Shohei Ohtani, like, only aces. I remember, like, it was, like, in every, like, other, like, pack, you would pull one, and, like, again, I'm exaggerating, of course. Like, this is my memory. That card is, like, worth, like, a few $100s now, but, like, when I was opening it, it was, like, worth, like, $5 or $10. Like, Shohei Ohtani. Yes, he was trying to figure out how much he was owed. When the new owners, Brandon Best and Josh Johnson, took over the Salem location, they discovered in the store only a small number of Star Wars products, with an estimated at-cost value of $2,000 to $5,000. So, the company's investigation suggested most of the remaining collection may have been sold or removed and stored off-site before Best and Johnson took over the location. This information appears to be consistent with Brian Menzel's acknowledgement in joint social media posts with the Salem store and on same April 2025 Collecting Weekly podcast that his sets were moved to a off-site secure location. Though unable to verify ownership and without an obligation... Oh, this is like lawyer talk. Without an obligation to do so, the company has offered the remaining Star Wars sets to the family as courtesy. The company has made this offer on multiple occasions since December 2024, including... So it's like, hey, I'm missing $80,000. Do you want to take $2,000 to $5,000? Because that will happen. No. Though unable to verify ownership and without obligation. Okay, so we read that. The company also repeats its good faith offer to make Menzel family whole monetarily for anything fairly demonstrated to be unaccounted for, including amounts that may be owed to him without his knowledge. The company is committed to giving him every Star Wars Lego item remaining from the Salem store, whether identified as his or not. Notably, in an apparent statement to Kaiser Oregon Police, Brian Menzel is believed to have confirmed he received part of his collection back from Lowell Gorman in January 2025. This includes hundreds of items being returned, including high-value items like Star Wars Cloud City set. We understand why this story stirred so much emotion, and we don't take that lightly, Bricks and Minifigs CEO Alman McNeff. We also want to reinforce this is an isolated, unfortunate incident related to a single franchisee who did not obtain any approval for any consignment arrangement. It does not undermine the integrity of our more than 300 other independently and unrelated franchisees. Our goal has never changed: help make this family whole, enhance operational processes, and build our company our franchisees and customers can be proud of years. Right. Oh, yes, 80,000 times 0.06, yes. Maybe they thought were buying it for 0.06, right? Oh, man. I'm getting a little sleep. We got to power through this. Holy shit, this is long. This got to be a long... Holy moly. Oh, no, it's not that long. They got their foot. Okay, we can power through it, guys. We're going to do it. Okay. Unauthorized consignment arrangements. The apparent underlying consignment arrangement for Lego products is not part of the company's business model or authorized by the franchise agreement or operation manual. So-called consignment services are expressly limited and only allowed for service or experience-based partnerships, such as venue, space, usage fees, revenue sharing or commission on service fees, referral, or blah, 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 blah. Consignment services do not include and have never extended to acquiring Lego products, as Bricks and Minifigs operates strictly on a buy, sell, trade model. Interesting. So they're still standing by that you cannot consign with somebody who wants to sell you Legos. So you can only buy, sell, and trade. There's no consign. Bricks and Minifigs Corporate does not authorize franchisees to enter third-party consignment arrangements for Lego products. To that end, Bricks and Minifigs did not authorize or sign any consignment arrangement respecting the Salem store's alleged arrangement with Brian Menzel. Wow, that's interesting. I don't know if they have proof of this. It's weird. It's weird that they keep saying this, right? I guess we can ask Billy tomorrow. I mean, it's kind of weird, yeah. Bricks and Minifigs believes as of November 2024, Lowell Gorman had stopped making payments on purchases of the location, has not paid royalties for multiple months, and owed tens of thousands of dollars in other unpaid expenses. At the time of her announced departure, she owed substantial monies to Bricks and Minifigs, which triggered the company's repossession pursuant to its security interests in any on-site inventory. So this is all they're going to do to strengthen the franchise. They're going to keep records now in inventory management, absolute transparency in the buy-sell trade process. They'll give you that 6%, right? They're going to advertise. They're going to give you 60% and then hit you with a 6%. Mandatory professional behavior and Oh, wow. Hey, this is what I was talking about. The police, the American Fork Police Department, all needs to take de-escalating training because they suck. So mandatory professional behavior. So probably it was Amanda. Let's be serious. Amanda wasn't the most professional. This is Bricks and Minifigs talking about themselves. This is more Bricks and Minifigs. Oh, wow. Okay. Intro. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Wow. Maybe we have to go over this in a fine-tooth comb because they're literally saying, was Bricks Minifigs a party at the consignment agreement at the Salem store? No. Corporate did not sign the authorize the arrangement. We believe former owner Crystal Law Gordon entered into a personal local arrangement and never introduced corporate or the incoming franchisee to the family. Such side deals are expressly prohibited under the company's franchise agreement. What is the realistic value of the Menzel collection? They're saying it's around $80,000. Where did the $200,000 figure come from? They believe it was never confirmed and it's just appraised back in November 2023. It was a promotional amount used to generate excitement for a public. So CoffeeZilla really helped them with the amount. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, but the amount is now much lower after CoffeeZilla's video, which does not include the minifigs. What is the company's resolution offered to Brian Menzel? They want to make him whole monetarily for anything fairly demonstrated to be unaccounted for. The company is also willing to give him every Star Wars Lego item remaining from the Salem store, whether identified as his or not. But who knows how many Lego items are in the store? Maybe they sold them all. Maybe they traded them all. Maybe they consigned them all. What is the company doing to help prevent similar situations from occurring? Bricks and Minifigs continues to strengthen its operation, including real-time digital inventory tracking from the moment a collection enters the store. Blah, blah, blah. Why did the Salem store close? It closed temporarily because staff, including local teenagers, face safety hazards, targeted in-person stalking, and explicit threats. I believe to have been driven by inaccurate reporting in our social media communications and videos. It's not closed due to any lawsuits related to this matter, despite claims otherwise. It has since been permanently closed with a formal separation and resignation by Brandon Best and Josh Johnson. Okay, what kind of harassment has Bricks and Minifig store employees experienced? Many of the company's network of more than 300 locations have faced a campaign of negativity and social media commentary and various forms of harassment, unauthorized filming, including teenage employees being confronted and recorded at their first jobs, private families contacted at their homes, physical altercations, burglaries at store, negative reviews, inappropriate comments and messages, and communities disputed by threats. What is the company's position on this conduct? Bricks and Minifigs sports every person's right to freedom of speech and fair question, but unlawful conduct such as harassment, stalking, threats, etc. is neither advocacy nor consumer protection. The company's stores are private, small businesses with the right to conduct business safety and to protect their premises and employees. Wow. Okay. There we go. Very long. Very long video. Thank you guys for tuning in. Yeah, we know BAM has, again, this is coming from Ahmed McNeff and team. It's a very interesting documentary. Yeah, I mean, I think we did a good job. We covered most of what I wanted to cover. If not all. I mean, we didn't do Sheldon's video, but we did do Bricks and Minifigs. And if you guys have questions for Billy, please go on Discord and leave questions. I'll probably also have a community page for those people who don't have Discord, which was me, like, when I first started. Okay, dokie, guys. Thank you so much. I really appreciate everyone's time. Obviously, the donations were really, really cool. Always happy to receive them for the algorithm, and they truly, truly do help the channel. I will catch you guys tomorrow.